Hey Matric, welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to be solving for x, and we're taking the question from the 2018 November paper 1. Okay, so the first question says x squared minus 4x plus 3 equal to 0, and we have been asked to solve for x. Okay, so when you are given such a question in the exam, the first thing that I want to do is I want to look for factors. Okay, I'm given x squared minus 4x plus 3 equal to 0. The first thing I want to do is I want to look for factors of 3 when added or subtracted will give me a minus 4. Okay, the combination that I have here, it's good. So if I take 3 times 1, then I get a 3. Okay, 3 plus 1, it's a 4. Minus 3 minus 1, it's a minus 4. Minus 3 plus a 1, it's a minus 2. 3 minus 1, it's a 2. Okay, so looking at all this combination, the one that works for me is actually a minus 3 minus a 1, which will give me a minus 4. Okay, once I know my combination, all I have to do is I just need to plot it into the equation and actually solve for x. So I have x squared minus 3x minus 1x plus 3 equal to 0. Then I take out a common x. I got x minus 3. Here I take out a common minus. Then I have x minus 3 equal to 0. Then I have x minus 1. And then I'm left with x minus 3 equal to 0. Then x is equal to 1, or x is equal to 3. Okay, so the next question, it's actually asking me to solve for x, but it says 5x squared minus 5x plus 1 equal to 0. Okay, the hint that I was given in this question here, it says the correct 2 decimal places. Already from the time that I see the examiner is talking about the correct 2 decimal places, it's printing out into my mind that if I need to look for factors, it will not work. And the quickest way, because in the exam you don't have 3 years, you just have 3 hours. Okay, the quickest way to solve through this is just going through the quadratic formula. Write down your quadratic formula, look for the values, look for your a, your b, and your c, and just put it through the quadratic formula and then solve for x. Okay, so the second question, from the quadratic formula we know that x1 and 2 is equal to minus b plus or minus the square root of b minus 4ac divided by 2a. Okay, if you do not remember this formula, it's actually on your formula sheet. You don't have to memorize it, but you just have to recognize it, and you also have to know how to use it. It is very useful in the exam that you kind of have an idea on how a formula should be like, so that you shouldn't be like dragging yourself and wasting time in the exam paper. Okay, so we're given 5x squared minus 5x plus a 1 equal to 0. My a is a 5. Then my b is a minus 5. Then my c is a 1. All I have to do is put these numbers into this formula and then solve for x. x1 and 2 is equal to, since my b is a minus and then I have a minus d, then I get a 5. Okay, plus or minus, then I have the square root of minus b squared. Okay, that's a square. Minus 4 times a, which is a 5, times c, which is a 1. And then divided by 2, which is multiplying by 5. Okay, once I have written this down, all I have to do is just put it into my calculator and actually get the value. Since we were asked to get it in the correct 2 decimal places, so I go 5 plus the square root of minus 5 squared minus 4 times 5 times a 1 divided by 2 times 5. So I get my answer as 0.72. So I get x1 is equal to 0.72. And then x2 is equal to 0.28. Okay, correct 2 decimal places. So the next question, this is here. The next question says x squared minus 3x minus 10 greater than 0. Okay, we have been asked to find the value of x. So we have question 3, x squared minus 3x minus 10 greater than 0. We need to look for the factors. Okay, so I need to look for factors of 10 or minus 10 that when I multiply or subtract, when I multiply, I need to look for factors of minus 10. When I multiply those numbers, I get a 10, but when I add the numbers or subtract the numbers, then I get a 3. Okay, then in my mind I have a 5 times a 2, which gives me a 10. Okay, so minus 5 minus 2 is a 7, minus 5 plus a 2, it's a minus 3, 5 minus a 2 is a 3. Then looking at all this, I realize that my combination, which is going to work for this equation, is actually this one here. Minus 5 plus a 2 equal to minus 3. So I just have to put it here. So x squared minus 5x plus 2x minus 10 greater than 0. Factorize out x minus 5. Then I factorize a 2 here. Then I get x minus 5 greater than 0. Then I get x plus a 2. Then I get x minus a 5 greater than 0. Then I know that my x is equal to minus 2, or my x is equal to 5. Okay, if I need to draw a graph, the fact that my a is actually greater than 0, that means my graph value will look up. Okay, so a is greater than 0, meaning my graph will have a minus 2 and a 5, but it will look up. Okay, it's going to be a happy face, big smiley face. It's a big smiley face. So the next question says 3 square root of x equal to x minus 4. Okay, we have been asked to solve for x. Okay, when I see such a question like this, the first thing that I want to look at, I want to get rid of the square root. That is the most important thing. I don't want to work with the square root. When I see the square root, I get scared, I get panicky, and I just want to get it out. I just feel like if I don't have square root, then I'm fine. So that's the first step that I'm going to do. Just trying to get rid of the square root first. Okay. So I have 3 square root of x equal to x minus 4. Okay, let me just get rid of the square root because I don't work with square root and makes me panicky. I'm gonna get rid of it. Okay, 3 square root of x squared, x squared. Okay, what I do on one side, I have to do it on the next side. The fact that I'm trying to get rid of the square root, it means I have to square the value, but once I do that here, then I have to do it here because I can't do something on one side and not do it on the other side because my equation needs to balance. Okay, that's the law of balancing the equation. Whatever you do on one side, you have to do it on the next side. Please don't forget this, guys. And then I have 9x is equal to x minus 4, x minus 4. Okay, then I can just cross multiply. Then I get x squared minus 4x plus 16. Then here I'm still left with 9x. Okay, then I get x squared minus 8x plus 16. I bring the 9 on the other side, minus 9x. It changes the sign because it's crossing over to the other side. So don't forget to change the sign. This is a common mistake that students often do. Okay, just change the sign, guys. And then this and this is actually common. I can actually add them. So x squared minus 17. Okay, 17x plus 16, and then we have a 0 there. Now I need to look for factors. I need to look for factors of 16. What number should I multiply by 16 when I add or subtract a number? Then it will give me a 17. Then in my mind, I have 16 times 1 is 16. But if I go for 16 plus a 1, then I'll get a 17. But since I have a negative value here, then I'm going to go for minus 16 minus a 1. Okay, then I have x squared minus 16x minus 1x plus 16. Okay, what should I do next? I just need to factorize. Taking out an x, then I get x minus 16. Take out a minus here, then I get minus, then I get x minus 16. Okay, which is equal to 0. Then I have x minus 1, then I have x minus 16, which is equal to 0. Then I have x is equal to 1, or I have x is equal to 16. So these are my two values, and here's it. That's it for today's video. Hopefully you find this very useful. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share the videos, tell your friend, and let's pass this together. Okay, until next time.